Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie. This is the week 27, June the 28th through July the 4th weekly wrap-up. Okay, so let's get all the pleasantries out of the way. Things that you may need to know, things that you may not want to deal with, hear about, what have you, are coming in my lifestyle portion. So, if you're only here for the romance, here for the romance recommendations, here for what I was reading last week, check the description box for the timestamp so that you can jump ahead to listen to what my thoughts were for the books that I read last week. Down in the description box, I have a whole bunch of other stuff as well. And yeah, my PayPal, my Ko-fi, all of that. Down there, all my links to follow me, to follow my Goodreads stuff, all of that, down in the description box. So, let's get to this lifestyle portion because it's going to be long. My week started out amazing. Amazing. I started a new IGTV series so that you guys could see what's on my shelves every Wednesday in between 11:30 and 12, 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. noon time frame. I will be doing virtual live tours of my bookshelves where I pull out every single book and, you know, show you guys what's on my shelves, because I'm constantly getting that question of, you know, hey, can you do a bookshelf tour so we can see what books you have on your shelves and, you know, things like that. The first one went off amazingly and I had a whole bunch of fun talking about a very large shelf of books that I very rarely actually like go to for things, right? But you guys seem to like it, so I'm going to continue on with the series every Wednesday. I have 7 bookshelves, so that means for like the next 7 weeks or so, because some days may run a little bit longer because IG Live is only an hour time frame, and if a bookshelf takes a little bit longer, it will be broken into 2 parts. I won't stop it. I will continue on for that day. So I was on a high. I was like, yes, kicking off this new series and reading some amazing books that I want to talk about. Did a live show with my book friends, Bree from Bree Hill, India from Life is a Page Turner, and Charles from Books on Stereo on Friday. It was an amazing time. 2 hours flew by. We laughed, we talked, we had recommendations, all of that. It was a great time. And then Saturday morning fucking happens. And things get twisted. So I'm still not sure where I want to go with this. I know my uptick for subscribers here on the channel has been because of everything that's going on. My boom hasn't been as wide or as large as some of the other black booktubers, which is fine. I am fine with that, because as much as this community wants to say, oh, we want to know about all these diverse creators and things like that, you only want to know about the ones that come hard in a video with whatever they're giving, whatever they're feeling, putting their personal feelings, their lives out there for people to see. And then you got to keep up the snarkiness. The snarkiness has to stay. Well, that's not what you get here on this channel. What you get on this channel is you get someone that's talking about romance. Romance of all flavors. All flavors. And here is 4 a.m. Stephanie to tell you more about my feelings that I was having after the craziness from yesterday.
Hi guys, good morning. So I don't know if I'm gonna put this clip in or not, but I needed to get it out so that maybe I can get some sleep. But Yesterday was trash. Straight up trash. This is why I have such an issue with Twitter. Y'all played right into Sid's hands. And it pisses me off. We invited her into our group because we were trying to support romance readers. And then some shit has happened since she's been in the group. And it's not that we didn't support her want to start a readathon, but the side of the story that she's telling y'all isn't the whole thing. I'm going to address this once, and then I'm going to be done with it, because I'm a fucking adult. And if she had a problem with it, she should have fucking said something when I took her out the group in the first place. But no, she decided to take it to Twitter to a whole bunch of people that aren't in the fucking group, that aren't part of the group, anything like that, to get the court of public opinion about something that happened in a private fucking group. So, let me clear this up real fucking quick. One, we had no issue with the fact that she wanted to do a fucking readathon. All for it. That is what our group does. We band together, and if we have a good, if we have a readathon we want to promote and produce and set up and things like that, we help each other out. So, don't come to the fucking group asking, hey, how about we do a black romance readathon? And pretty much everyone in the group's like, oh, hell yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Get an overwhelming bound of support for the fucking readathon. And then you turn around 30 seconds later and are like, oh no, I wasn't talking about for you to help me. I only wanted the black people to do it. I only want black co-hosts. Well, boo, that's rude. That's rude. There are multiple numbers of us in the group that have side hustles, that do other things outside of the group. If that's what you wanted to do, don't fucking pitch it to the group. And then when you get to fucking support for it, go and be like, oh no, I only want the black people. That's a bunch of horse shit. And you're not fucking saying that shit over on Twitter. You're making it out like we didn't want to support you in your fucking readathon. That's horse shit. Secondly, Twitter, y'all played right into our fucking hands. Because homegirl wrote her fucking first tweet talking about, oh, woe is me. I got kicked out of this romance group and now I'm hurt and I don't have any place and what have you. All y'all rushed in. You rushed in. Or actually, no, you didn't rush in. A few of y'all trickled in. Oh, it's okay. You can come to our group. That's a great idea. I don't know what they're talking about. Why would they not want a readathon that's hosted by black people? So then, since it wasn't getting as much traction as she wanted it to, she goes, oh, and by the way, it was by a black booktuber, meaning me. And then you decided to @, me on Twitter. When within the group, we've talked about it multiple times that most of us don't use Twitter like that. See, there's this thing that some of us don't do. which is put all of our lives and feelings and things like that out on Twitter in 140 fucking characters. That's why when I decided to start responding to some of your Twitter tweets last night, and after the second or third one, it was like, nope, shutting it down. I'm not responding to none of y'all bullshit. Because you're not fucking listening. Like I said before, it has nothing to do with the fact that she wanted to do a readathon. It has nothing to do that she only wanted black people to co-host it with her. It has everything to do with the fact that you pitched an idea to the group. And then when you got overwhelming support for it, you said, no, I was only talking to the black people. If you only wanted to talk to the fucking black people of the group, you should have fucking pulled the black people from the group off to the side and said, hey, why don't we do this together? And then if they agreed and you set something up and then you brought it back to the group and said, hey, I'm hosting with such and such and such and such, and I'd like you guys to help me promote this, I can guarantee you that the same support that you got when you posted the fucking idea would have still fucking been there. It would have been, yes, let's promote, let's help Sid out, let's support her in her readathon. But you didn't tell all that. You told your woe is me side of the story so that you could get the clicks and the likes. And that's fine. If that is what you want to do, if that is how you want to make your channel grow, more power to you. I'm only addressing this once here on my platform, my channel, and I'm going to do what I please to. Next thing, do not come at me. Do not come at me as if I don't read black authors already. Because if you coming at me and you haven't watched a single one of my fucking videos before this time, before y'all all of a sudden want to know who the fuck I am, you're going to need to watch a whole shitload of videos, because I have been talking about black authors on my fucking channel with consistency since at least 2017. So I'm going to need y'all to back the fuck up and keep my name out of your fucking mouth. Now, if that alienates any of the newly 4,000 subscribers that I have since the big boom over on fucking BookTube, where everybody was subscribing and things like that, and y'all were clicking subscribe because every black booktuber, and I know you weren't clicking just to click, because my growth has been significantly lower than some of the other black booktubers. So some of y'all want to be there and you want to hear about fucking romance, which is what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to continue to talk about romance. All romance. Light and fluffy, dark and twisted, written by Asian authors, written by black authors, written by brown authors, written by whoever the fuck wants to write a romance, and I end up fucking reading it and I talk about it. So, that is me addressing the shit from yesterday. Hopefully I can get a couple of hours of sleep so that I can get up and do my fucking weekly wrap up of the books that I fucking read. And I'll be in a better headspace to talk about those books. Because I read some good fucking books this week. Like, straight up. I devoured some fucking books this week, and it fucking pisses me off that this shit popped off and y'all just jumped onto that bandwagon. And kept it moving. So, I digress. Here's the rest of my video.
So, at this point, I only have a couple more things to say about all the craziness from yesterday. One, I do want to publicly apologize for my word usage of tribe. I did not know that it was offensive. Someone informed me of this. I went researched it. I apologized on Twitter that I will not be using that term unless I use it correctly. I did not know that it was offensive. So, there's that. Two, I will continue to use Twitter for what I use Twitter for. I'm not putting my personal shit out there. I'm not gonna try and do any conflict resolution on Twitter because 140 characters is not enough to solve fucking problems. So it's not gonna happen over there. Not gonna happen. After this video, I'm not saying shit else about that drama because that's exactly what it fucking was. Sid wanted to push her agenda in a private group that I moderate. I moderate that shit. It's my fucking group. Bree and I started it, but it's my fucking group. I have the paid freaking subscription. I can click people out of it and I can put people into it. What Sid is not telling everyone is that there were multiple times in which we discussed things that didn't sit right. Now, y'all gonna call me all sorts of names. Y'all gonna cancel me over on Twitter. It's already happened. It happened like a year and a half ago as well because I have feelings about certain types of books or certain things that are written into books. So, I'm used to it. I'm not worried about... I'm here to talk about romance books. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So, if you're not here for that, then bye-bye. See you later. I don't need you. I don't need you. I'm not here to get famous. I'm here to talk about romance books. And what's even more frustrating or interesting or however you want to say it is that y'all want to try and come for me. Yes, I'm generalizing because over there's like close to 400 comments giving her, oh, woe is me, pat on the back. That sounds like a great fucking readathon. It is a great fucking readathon. But it's already being done by other fucking creators. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Join in with the group that's already fucking doing it. I've tried to start multiple readathons. Multiple hashtags that still haven't caught on. And you want to know why? Because I've been blacklisted on Twitter. I've been dragged over there. And I don't use Twitter like that. That's not where I'm putting my personal shit. I don't even put my personal shit here on my YouTube channel. I let you know what I want to let you know. I give you the little pieces of personal that I want to let you know. Because I'm a fucking adult. And I curate my space how I curate my space. So, y'all 400 people that want to pat her on her fucking back and woe is me. It wasn't about the fucking readathon that she got taken out of the group. It was for the fact that the way that she presented it. Period. Don't come to a group. Do not come to a group and pitch something as an idea, asking for help, and then shut the group down by saying, "Oh, that's not what I wanted you to do." Because Now you done already erased everything, but I can go back and look. And those folks were like, hey, let's participate. Let's participate. Because that's what we do. That's what we do. We help, we support. But don't come rudely when people want to help your ass and say, no, I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you. If you had specific people in mind that you wanted to help host, that you wanted to help create, that you wanted to help curate, then you should have went to them on the side and did all the work. Your work would have been your work, and that's all that's to it. No one was trying to take anything away from you at all whatsoever. So, Sid will probably never see this video, and that's fine. Y'all gonna drag me, because I'm sure this is gonna get a whole bunch of downvotes and unlikes and things like that. But like I said before, I am here to talk about romance, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So, there we go. All right, let's get into the books that I read last week, because like I said, I got 9 of them bad boys, and they were so good. I want to rave about them, and I want y'all to go out and find these new authors, because they're amazing. So the first book that I finished was Meant to Love by Lucy Darling. This is a contemporary novella. I give it 4 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. I read this as an ebook, and it's available on KU. This is a insta-love sort of feel to it. We have Colton, we have Penelope. He is the cold CEO of a business, and she is practically homeless, but then his personal assistant kind of hires her, and they find a connection. Like I said, it's insta-love, it's quick, and it's fun, and I was here for it. So then it rolls over, and one of the characters from that novella gets their own book, and that is called Meant to Be by Lucy Darling. And this is a contemporary novella as well. I give this one 4 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. Read it on ebook. It's available on KU as well. And this one is more about the soulmates aspect of that character and the sister. So we have brother's best friend and his sister that end up getting together. Leo and Rochelle have known each other for a long time. He's always protected her, and when she starts to, voice those sort of opinions that she wants to act on the crush that they've been sort of secretly like tamping down because they don't want to upset the brother, they don't want to upset the best friend. Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one. It was just the childhood crush thing just gave me life, just what I needed. Just what I needed the beginning of the last week. So then I finished This Time Tomorrow, which is Phenomenal Fates number 2 by Tessa Bailey. This is a paranormal romance. I give it 4.5 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I read this as an ARC. It is live. It's a new release. You can go out and read it yourselves. This book follows Elias and Roshana, and yes, so many yeses. Roshana is this vampire slayer, sassy, awesome woman, and Elias is the vampire, and I loved it. I loved it oh so much. There was so much sexy time to it, and soulmates, and an evil villain of a character within it, and a war that's coming, and then there is the 3rd book that's coming hopefully soon, that I'm even more interested in because it deals with the 3rd vampire that's introduced in this series. And need I say, I kind of like this book better than the 1st book, but I was here for it. I loved it. I loved it. Loved it. And the cover's fire too. The next book that I finished was You Make It Easy, Love in Everton #5 by Fabiola Francisco. Place this in contemporary. I give this book 5 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I read this as an arc. It is coming in a week or 2, I think it is. Yes. Ugh. I love my guys. I love my little small town of Everton. I just love them. So we have Abby, we have Finn. Abby's a photographer. Finn is the best friend's brother, and he's a player, but he's also a rancher. And one day Abby needs some place to stay, and Finn has just finished renovating his little cabin, or not a cabin, barn, something like that, but refinishing a house. So Abby ends up moving in. He starts to see her for the beauty that she is, the natural beauty that she is, and she is sort of awkward. She's shy. She's been using this dating app to kind of, you know, try and get herself out there because of the small town. So she's like, it's a small town, but at the same time, I, you know, want to date. All my friends have, you know, husbands and partners and all the things. So I want that too. I want that too. But I've always been the nerdy, shy person. So how do I break out of that? So she's on this dating app, and Finn ends up finding out that she's on a dating app. So he starts to help her, but then ends up semi-catfishing her. Just a little. And then they start their journey, and things are revealed, and crushes are revealed. People are seen, and then there's a bit of a conflict, and I loved it. I loved it so much. So very much. The next book that I finished was Dirty Hearts, which is The Lion and the Mouse #3 by Wright. I place this in dark romance. I give it 4.5 stars. I give it 5 Steam fans. 5 of them bad boys, because this Bad Mama Jamma is hot. It is a fire. Such a fire. So hot. I listened to it as an audiobook through Hoopla, and I also read along with it on KU. So this series is on KU, so you can go get it. You need to go get it, especially if, here's my shameless plug, if you like the movie 365, go read this book. Go read this series, because after book #2 finished, I was like, where's Kenya gonna take this series? It kind of wraps up in a duet. What more could Cass and Emily go through? Casimir and Emily go through. Emily is this black chick that moves to Russia with Casimir, who is this Russian mob guy, and I'm like, what more can we have? And then Kenya goes and gives me more. Gives me so much more. Oh my God. So Kaz and Em end up taking a vacation to Paris, and some shit starts to pop off. Like, pop off. Craziness. The sex is fire. The storyline and new aspects that end up going on are fire. And that cliffhanger ending propelled me into reading Dirty Minds, which is The Lion and the Mouse #4 by Wright. Still dark romance. Still give it 4.5 stars. 5 Steam fans. Audiobook KU. Go get them. My whatchamacallit. My library is fire because it was the audiobook through Hoopla. So yes. Yes. So many yeses. This is their continuation, and it blew my mind even more. Even more. Em and Kaz were doing their thing. Oh! And then it ends on this sort of, not really a cliffhanger. I would be okay if I didn't read the 5th book, which just recently released, which I will be reading. But I'm loving this style that Kenya has. It's like, here's a duet. And here's some more books. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Then I'm looking through her backlist and I'm finding out that some of the characters from this book have their own books. And I'm like, aha! I'm about to be in Russian mafia romance for a minute. For a minute here. It's gonna happen because King is rocking my world. Why? Where did you come from? Goddess, oh goddess. Yes. Yes. So good. So good. The next book that I finished was Be My Always, which is Make It Marriage #1 by Nia Arthurs. Arthurs? Yeah, I think so. Oh, by the way, Kenya Wright is a Black author. And Nia Arthurs is a author, or is a Black author as well. I placed this book in contemporary. I give it 3.5 stars. I give it 2 Steam fans. Read it as an ebook. And this book sort of took a different turn for me. It's super sweet, but it also has to deal with some kind of heavy topics. So Kayla and Brendan end up meeting at a bar. Kayla is a matchmaker. Brendan is a high-powered CEO who has a sister that is Black, and Kayla is Black. But he finds her attractive. He hasn't really been in the dating game for a while. She hasn't been in the dating game for a while. And they end up hooking up, and they propose a one-night stand, which turns into something more. Now, there is content warnings for suicide, depression, grief, and neglect in this book. So tread lightly if any of those things bother you. The next book that I finished was If I Break, which is If I Break #1 by Portia Moore. I place this in contemporary. I give it 4 stars. I give it 2 Steam fans. I listened to this as an audiobook. This is another Black author, and this was recommended to me, highly recommended, multiple times recommended to me by a follower and off of my recommendation forms. So I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to read next, and I was like, you know what? I have this on audiobook. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and read it. So this book follows Lauren and it follows Cal. And I kind of wish I had the ebook copy of it because it jumps around and it time travels back and forth. Not like time travel in the sci-fi sense, but it jumps back and forth in time. So one chapter may be 2013, whereas the next chapter is 2015, or one chapter may be 2011 and the next chapter is 2017. So there's a lot of jumping back and forth. This is a married couple who ends up having issues, so you get to see how they became the married couple, but also the issues that they're having within their marriage simultaneously, like I said, chapter by chapter, because you're jumping back and forth. And there are content warnings for depression, mental health. Topics are discussed in this book. I don't want to say what the specific mental health topic is because it would be somewhat of a spoiler for the story. There's abuse and what else do I have here? And possible alcoholism. So those are the triggers or content warnings that you may want to tread lightly. For most of the book, I was turned off for that whole back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But then the twist and the change up came, and I was dragged in. I was then dragged in. Then I got mad because I started looking, and the ebooks are fucking expensive. And then 2, the audiobooks are not, they're expensive too. Yeah. So luckily I have an amazing library system, and I checked out my Hoopla. And lo and behold, my Hoopla has the remaining 3 books in this series. So my last book that I finished reading last week was Almost Broken, which is If I Break #2 by Portia Moore. Contemporary still a Black author. I give this book 4.25 stars. 2 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook through my Hoopla, and this really dives into that mental health topic that I was telling you guys about, or that I alluded to. As I said, I can't really tell you what that mental health topic is because it would be a spoiler. Just know that this story still continues on, and we have Lauren and Chris, and secrets are revealed. More drama is brought up, and there was no back and forth in this one. I do appreciate that. There was no back and forth, but it is dual perspective. So you have Chris's perspective, you have Lauren's perspective, and I'm into the series now because this one leaves off on a cliffhanger as well, and I can't wait to get to the next book, which brings us to what I am currently reading. So I don't have the actual book name, but this is book number 3 in the If I Break series, and I will also be reading book number 4 right here in this series so that I can get the complete story, because I am very much wanting to know about Lauren's journey throughout this whole craziness. Yes. I am also going to be doing a not live. Well, yeah, I'll get to that in a second too. I will be doing a vlog. A vlog of this series, the If I Break series, which I had hoped to have out this week coming up, but obviously it's not going to happen because of all the drama and things like that has thrown a wrench into getting the books read. And today I have to film this, edit this, put it out to you guys, and then maybe I'll start book 3, and hopefully I will have that completed, soon. So, upcoming things that you guys need to be on the lookout for. It was going to be a surprise and everything like that, but I am doing a live question and answer on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my BookTube anniversary. That announcement will be made tomorrow again, so if you've made it this far, you get the early track on the fact that I will be doing another live. This time all by myself, answering questions that you guys have left in my comments that I haven't got a chance to sort of get around to. More recommendations probably, because I think some of the questions were recommendation questions. So be ready. Have your glass of wine or your Coke or your water. Have some snacks. It's just going to be super cash, and we're going to talk about some things and just chat it up, That's Wednesday night. Wednesday day, remember, I'm going live on IG to do the bookshelf tour, and I will tease which bookshelf I will be going through on Wednesday morning so that you guys can see if you want to be interested in it or not. I'm trying to branch out, do more things because I have more time on my hands. Let's see. How's my lighting? If you didn't see the live show on Friday, thanks to you guys, because some of you are donating using my Ko-fi link and my PayPal link down in the description box, you guys allowed me to get soft boxes. Now, I only have one soft box up right now, so let me know down in the comments section how my new lighting is. Let me know down in the comment section if you've read any of the books, if any of them sound interesting to you, that you want to try and dive into them. It's been a crazy week. I appreciate you guys, and there's a feedback form down in the description box. There is a recommendation form. I think I'm going to close that off, though, because I might have to re-explain or rethink how I want to do recommendations. Because some of the recommendations I've already read, and some of the recommendations I will never read. So, there's that. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel. Also, just thank you guys, the ones that are sticking around, I love you guys. You guys are supportive. And you guys allow me to talk about romance. And that's what I'm here for. So, I think that is it. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.